Hey guys, it's Up Tilt Down Tilt Dare, and welcome back to more RPG horror stories. This I believe is the fourth one, so let's get right into it. The first one that caught my interest was one called That Time We Tried an Evil Campaign. This happened over 12 years ago. I'd been GMing for under a year when my buddies asked me if we could do an evil campaign for fun. I agreed, and we were 3 players, H for husband, B for best friend, O for other friend, and overall weird guy. We were all raised in a strict Christian religion, at that time still kind of part of it, and we sometimes felt a little guilty when going too dark or occult in our games, but mostly agreed that this was harmless fun. I can actually relate to this a little bit because I could not play Dungeons & Dragons until I was of the age of 18, but that has to do with my upbringing and a lot of religious backgrounds, but I as well was raised Christian and had a little setbacks because of it. But anyway, continuing on. The first session started in a slapsticky way, with H and B burning a church for lawful good God and giving villagers flammable liquid instead of water when they tried to put it out. Lots of laughs were had. I am telling you that the nicer the person, the more messed up they're gonna be whenever you play D&D with them. I swear, you can get like the nicest friend, most kind, will care about you, and then when you play D&D, next thing you know, she wants to torture the goblin by cutting off its fingers and make a necklace out of it. Then they ran away and decided that they needed horses and broke into a stable at a farm. But O decided that this wasn't enough. He snuck into the house and declared that he slit the throats of every member of the sleeping family, mother, father, and children. He described in detail, with relish, how he silently went from room to room, covering the mouths of the innocent farmers before slicing his knife across their necks. It got really dark. The rest of us sat there in silent discomfort, realizing that he was not at all in sync with what the rest of us wanted out of the game. You guys just burned down a church. Hold on, I'm a little conflicted on this one. I mean, I guess it depends on the amount of detail the guy was talking about, if he was very descriptive about the blood and the organs and all that. And I guess if you're uncomfortable with it, or your group is uncomfortable with it, then it makes sense. I guess it really depends on the type of group you're having. I'm a little confused as to why burning down a church is fine, but suddenly slicing the throats of people is going too far. But then again, if that's what they're uncomfortable with, maybe it's because the addition of children, or maybe it's the vivid detail he's going into that people would have a problem with it. The session ended shortly after, O declaring that he had a really good time, seemingly proud of his character's actions. Some days after this, O told us that he didn't want to be part of the game anymore, as he felt uncomfortable with us playing evil, and that it was immoral. His tone suggested that we were the ones to blame for this. We were confused as hell, but suspected that this guy had a lot of issues to deal with. This continued to be a trend outside of gaming too, with him being the one to take it a bit too far in all kinds of situations, then declaring that we were bad company. H, B, and I continued the campaign in the silly way we had planned, and great fun was had. Well, at least that had a wholesome ending. I think the biggest thing that comes with this is that this guy has had a history with taking things too far. So whenever you have someone like that in the group that is a little over the top, they always find the perfect way to get under your skin and kind of accentuate the horrible deeds that you're going to be doing. Again, maybe it was the vivid detail he went into. They never really were too descriptive about how he did it. But if that's the case and that's how they feel, then by all means. But you know, if the case is that he was uncomfortable with it, at least he took the initiative to go ahead and do that. Alright, despite being considered medium, this one was actually a little bit shorter, so I went ahead and found a different one. This one called Normally Fine Player Ruins My Little Brother's Campaign and Possibly Destroyed His Interest in D&D. Now, I'm gonna preface this by saying whenever you're introducing someone into Dungeons & Dragons, there is a lot for them to learn, and chances are, unless you're playing with a whole new group, they're gonna feel very isolated. There's a lot of numbers and math that they don't understand, and you know, depending on the edition, depends on the complexity of those things. But the big thing, the takeaway here is it's very, very fragile, very easy for someone to lose interest in D&D for be it a player's reason or maybe unfortunate roles in the game or something along lines. But anyway, let's go ahead and continue on into it. I'm a part of a group consisting of these people. Fake names, by the way. Kyle. He makes joke characters and doesn't RP much, but likes combat and is fun to hang out with. Talon, a shy little kid who likes the game. Bill, new player who takes it seriously. Marshall, average player. good person. Max, Nathan's friend who has taken a liking to the game. Nathan, my little brother. Jake, me. And Isaac. Read the title. Okay, well, it's pretty obvious who exactly is going to be the problem child in this situation. Due to the virus, we do our sessions over Zoom. We had just finished a short campaign where I was DM, so when my brother volunteered to DM, everyone was on board, except for Isaac. He put up a small protest, but was okay with it after like 30 seconds. All was fine for the first session. It was rough around the edges, but that comes with the territory of being a first-time DM. The second and final session was when shit hit the fan. Our task was to find the 5 children of an NPC and defend them from the attacks of low-level demons and devils hiding in the forest until we made it back to town. Simple, fun. Isaac murdered 5 of the children. Holy shit, Isaac's out for blood. I was later informed by my brother that this effectively ruined the plot. The rest of us were furious, both in and out of character, so Isaac's PC attacked the rest of us, claiming self-defense. The rest of us stayed back, but Marshall, Kyle, and Max took it upon themselves to kill Isaac's PC. They proceeded to just gang up on this kid and curb stomp him. Well, that's kind of what he gets for purposely ruining the game. I guess that's kind of what happens. And we asked Isaac not to pull that shit again. Isaac agreed, and then played the same character with a different name. Wait, aren't you just playing Joseph Stormblood III? No, that was my brother. I am Joseph Stormblood III. No, totally different. So we all begrudgingly went back to town where my brother was planning to have us defend it from a horde of low-level demons. So it only made sense that Isaac would immediately cast Summon Lesser Demon. The campaign ended shortly after. When nobody else but Isaac and I wanted to DM, I was planning to make my brother co-DM and give him a second shot. We decided to put it to a vote. I won, and Isaac was annoyed. When I asked my brother if he wanted to keep playing, he said, "If that's what the game is like all the time, I don't want to do it." As I was trying to get him into it for a long time now, this pissed me off immensely. I left the call and so did everyone else. We are now considering cutting Isaac out of the group. Well, the most obvious takeaway from this is that Isaac's version of fun is completely different from everybody else's. Very chaotic and very anarchical to the rest of the team. And rightly, well, I want to say rightly so they killed his PC, but I don't like the idea of groups ganging up on a player for decisions that they've made. Being on the receiving end, I know how bad that is. And it kind of depends whether the group actually discussed with Isaac their opinions, which I'm going to assume they did, and Isaac simply just didn't care because Isaac does what Isaac wants apparently when he's out for blood, and thus had the rest of the party proceed to gang up on him and give him the classic beatdown. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. I appreciate you guys for listening. If you are interested, I stream on Twitch. The background footage you are seeing is me playing Halo Combat Evolved and Halo Reach. I stream on Twitch Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. And it'd be great to have you guys there and just chit-chat, and we can shoot the shit and just have a good time. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and this is Up Tilt, Down Tilt, Dare, Resetting Neutral, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later!
Oh, he wanted the spike again. That's not gonna that's not gonna work twice.
Even it out.
That's not gonna happen twice, folks.
Oh, that might.
Instead, oh, he wants the spike again.
He went for something.
K-Man's playing.
Oh my goodness!
He
Ketchup Man.
He put all of his chips on green and he hit it.
Oh my god.
That shouldn't have happened. That should not have happened.